Hello everyone, welcome to the Wednesday edition of Coffee with Cramer and Colleen. My name's Don Cramer with the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty. Colleen, my partner, Colleen Schaefer, sends her best today. She is actually out and about doing the real estate thing. Going to be catching up with her a little later today because it is a busy time, as warm as it is, in the Las Vegas real estate market. So that being said, we're here to bring you the weekly update as to what's going on. So we've got the stats, latest numbers for this week going into mid-July 2020. So let's get started. So if we start here with the weekly stats, this week we have 4,936 homes currently listed for sale in the Las Vegas Valley. And that's down 3.3% over the previous week's number of 5,103 listings. Of the 4,936 homes listed for sale, 4,845 are traditional sales, 54 are short sales, and 37 are foreclosures. Again, to note, short sales represent just a smidge over 1%, and foreclosures represent a smidge under 1% of total listings. Now, under contract, that continues to pick up pace. This week we have under contract 4,351 listings in the Las Vegas Valley, up from last week's number of 4,235. Traditional sales, 4,193 listings under contract versus 4,078. And short sales remain the same week over week at 120. Foreclosures ticked up one under contract at 38. Other big key stats we like to track here on the weekly numbers are back on markets. We had 167 listings, and price decreases this week were 440. And the median sold price, again, we're still at our high number of $325,000. Now moving over to the weekly numbers. So over the last week in change, we have had new listings to the market, 648. As you can see, those we've got the back on market and price decreases, as we just noted there. And then under contracts show and under contract no show, we have 921. So, 921 went into contract the last 7 days versus 648. And solds were 636 over the last 7 days. So again, we are putting more homes into escrow than we are putting on the market. Now, our last big key slide, because we want to see what's going on week over week in our various price categories. So in the under 250,000 segment, we have 479 homes currently active for sale in the Valley. And under contract, we have 595. So we actually have more under contract than we do have available for sale. In the 250,000 to 500,000 price point, we have 2,838 homes for sale, and we have 2,952 homes under contract. Again, similar story as the entry-level price point, or the 0 to 250 range. In the middle segment there, 500,000 to 750, we have 796 listings available, and we have 482 under contract. In the mid-luxury segment, we have 293 listings available, and we have 135 under contract. And then in homes priced above $1 million, we have 487 versus 110 under contract. So those are this week's numbers. And to kind of give you a little idea as to how long certain price points are staying on market, right now, if you're under 250,000 homes, we have effectively 23 days worth of inventory. If you take the number of listings at 475 and divide those by under contract of 595. So in theory, If we didn't add one single new listing in that price point with the current demand as it is, within just over 3 weeks, we would run out of homes there. In the 250 to 500,000 segment, our core market segment, we are at approximately 29 days of inventory. So we're about 1-to-1. So for every home we're putting in, we're putting one under contract. We're actually a little higher than that in the demand segment under contracts. In the 500 to 750 range, we have about a 50-day supply roughly there. And interestingly enough, too, we've been picking up a little pace in the mid-luxury 750 to $1 million, but we have a 63-day supply. So if you're in that price point, you're looking at about just slightly over 2 months. And then in the $1 million price point segments, we have a 133-day supply. So that's slightly over 4 months worth of inventory. So that's, if you were to look at, from a pricing point segment, we're pretty much in a stronger seller's position across all price ranges, with the exception of $1 million plus. And, if we went into the higher elements, let's say the $3 million range or higher, I mean, we're looking at, 6 months to a year's worth of supply. So that's this week's numbers. When we look at these, if you know of somebody that's thinking about selling and have got questions about, how long to sell, what people are thinking right now, what are the conversations being had, what do they want to do after they sell? Do they want to buy or rent? We're having all those conversations right now with clients. We met last week with a couple of clients, and they decided, look, they want some flexibility because they've got a great amount of equity. So we're going to be, hopefully here in the next few weeks, bringing their homes to market. And these are going to be some really fun listings that we're going to be speaking about more as we get closer. So, we're still looking at people that are especially in the anything under 750,000, and depending on what parts of town you're in. Also, too, the biggest factor that's driving some of these is, are the homes basically move-in ready? And what I mean by that is, how fresh and clean are the carpets? How fresh is the repaint? Has there been some remodeling done in the last, 12 months to 3 years? Or if we're looking at dated homes from 20, 25 years ago, there's got to be a pretty compelling factor to charge a premium. I mean, whether it's a view lot, oversized lot, big pile of gold buried underneath. I'm kidding there, but there's going to have to be a factor for that to drive price point. But if a house has been updated with things, and it doesn't need to be this full blingy type of look with the standalone tubs and the big quartz countertops, but we're talking about repaints, we're talking about recarpet, we're talking about probably, if the hard floorscapes, maybe changed in the last 3 to 5 years with either a really good wood laminate or a nice tile, like a nice 12 by 24 tile or such. Cabinets at least repainted, or some of them have been upgraded, maybe outside of the stuff maybe from, again, 20 plus year old homes, things of that nature. Stainless steel appliances. Basically where the buyers do not feel like they have to go and do things to the house prior to moving in. Because what buyers are wanting right now is they want to be able to put, because of the low interest rates, they will pay for putting this all into the loan, versus, okay, I'm going to go get a loan, and I've got to, if I want to get a loan where it's a strong position, 20% down, well, that's a good chunk of change, even on let's call it a $400,000 house. I mean, that's $80,000 down. So that to then take another $10,000 or $20,000 for remodeling, that doesn't sometimes that doesn't compute very much. Now, there are people that are more handy, wants to do the home projects. I get it, but there's not as many of those as there are ones that are going to go, okay, if it's 400,000 or even let's say 420 and updated with the interest rates as low as they are, they don't have to do those projects. And I know we also get a lot of questions. Well, Don, well, Colleen, what do we do? We don't know what color they like or things of that nature. That's okay. Usually that's solved by what are the current homes and current models out there doing. And we could go take a look at a couple of models. We can get an idea of paint colors. We can get an idea of carpet colors, and then work with some of our vendor partners, or if you have some contractors you like to work with, what type of features pretty quickly, what color palettes, things of that nature would be a great option for those new homeowners. So that's this week's numbers in the Las Vegas housing market. If you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, do us a big favor, send us a message, visit our website, buysellrealestate.vegas. We would love to be able to answer those for you. We can set up a Zoom call. It's a great opportunity to meet and kind of go over what you're looking for, because we're here to give you the information, clear up any questions you've got so you can make that right decision on a buy, a sell, or an invest. And again, on behalf of Colleen Schaefer, I'm Don Cramer. We form the Cramer Group at Urban Nest Realty, where more now than ever, your real estate experience matters. So we wish everyone a great day. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.